Yeah, okay, let's do this. I think off the top of my head we can do this. Let's watch me make a fool of myself. So we're going to go to procedurals, and we're going to go to brick generator. We're going to drag that into height. We're going to make a height change on this guy. Everything else in this is, I'm just going to turn it off. We're just going to do height, and we're also going to change that to triplanar. And we've got this here, and let's go ahead and change our UV scale a bit. We'll keep them kind of big here, and I'm also going to take this to the height, and we're going to change our linear dodge down. So now one problem is, so I've got this here. Now I'm going to go to my smart materials here, and we're going to grab tank painted, steel painted stained. I want something with some like really steel gun matte. That'll work, I think. Something with chewed up edges. So I'm going to take steel gun matte and throw it over here. I'm going to be like, it's going to be awesome because all these little edges in here are going to be like worn down, right? And then you drag steel gun matte, and it doesn't wear down any edges because there's no curvature information. It is getting curvature information from like the original normal bake, but it's completely disregarding our height because that height is completely independent. And when you go into the steel gun matte and you go into the scratches here, and you look at where it's putting a metal edge wear, it's using your curvature map and your ambient occlusion map in order to determine where to put your edges. And you don't have any edges on these things because your curvature map doesn't include them. If we hover over the curvature map here, or if we go into projects here, you're going to see there's the little barrel areas. There's no bumps on there. So there's a really quick fix. That's not really quick. There's a fix to that. Let's go ahead and, so we've got our knurling here. So what I'm going to do is go to File, Export Textures. I'm just going to throw this onto my desktop here. And we'll do document channels and normal NAO. Sure. We'll do 48 document size PNG 8 bits. That's all fine. Cool. So we'll just hit export. And then on my document, or I'm sorry, on my desktop here, we're going to bring in the thing that says Ernie Normal DirectX PNG. We're going to drag that in here, and we're going to say this is a texture to the current session. And then we'll go into textures here. And now we have our normal map, which is plugged into our texture here. So this is the normal that's plugged in. We need to plug in our, oh, there it is, Ernie. So here's Ernie Normal Map DirectX. This is the one with all the knurling on it. I'm going to drag that into my normal map. And now I'm over cranking. I don't need the knurling anymore because it's built into the normal map now. So I'll go ahead and kill that. So now if I want to update my curvature map here to actually include that, what I can do is go into texture. There it is, bake. And now we can bake it. Now we don't need the high res. We can go ahead and turn. In fact, we can just click that and get rid of that. We don't need that high res. What we're going to use is our normal map to bake. We don't need to bake the normal map, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. And then, so we already have a normal map. So if you don't plug in any high res stuff, it'll assume you just want to bake your new maps using your normal map. So I'm going to turn on curvature. Now there is a thing here. I think it uses your world space to generate the curvature. So I'm actually going to bake the world space and the curvature here from my new normal maps. Let's hit bake Ernie textures. It should just take it a second because it's just deriving these new maps from your normal map. There we go. So now we've updated our curvature map and see all that knurling that's built in. So now when we go down here to our, actually, you know what? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll put in a fill layer here, and we'll call this crusty paint. We can do this. So our crusty paint's going to be dark, so it'll show up. And then this fill layer here is going to be just a really light metal that we had underneath. So we want to peel away these this crusty paint on the edges. So I'm going to go in here, and probably the easiest way, just really quickly to do this, is add a black mask. Right-click that mask, add a generator. Oops, not a paint. Add a generator. And then in that generator, I'm just going to do MG Metal Edge Wear. And now I have a generator that's going to choose wear level. So I can crank that up or down, and it looks like I need to invert it. There we go. So when I have a lot of wear level, it's really going to wear it down. When I have a little bit of wear level, it's just going to be Here it is fully painted. Then as I add more wear, it's just going to start chewing away at the edges based on my new curvature map. Makes sense?